Hi, good morning. So this is a story of what happened to me 5 years ago. I was sat in a therapist's chair, and the idea came into my head that my biological mother might reject me um, again. If I went searching for her, she might reject me. And I was gripped by a primordial fear of that happening again. My whole body flushed with heat and some kind of stress response. And I thought, I'm I'm not going to let this beat me. I'm not going to let this fear stop me looking. I'd grown up never wanting to look for my birth mother or my birth father. I didn't have any problems with the whole adoption thing. I hadn't had any problems until I thought I had a problem. And then I was in the dark, what some people call in every sector has its jargon, in the fog, and I couldn't see clearly all the love that I'd had from my mum and dad and everything that they'd done for me. That didn't really seem to matter, because I was just scared of this I scared of this woman rejecting me again, the woman that I hadn't seen for what it must have been in those over 45 years. I'm 54 now. I was 54 yesterday, so this is 5 years ago. So for 49, so I hadn't seen her for 49 years. I'd never felt rejected until about I hit 40, and then I cleared all that feeling away. I was past that. I'd moved on. I was out of the fog, but suddenly I was back in the fog again. And I just thought, well, I'm not going to let this beat me. I'm not going to let this fear, it's just a passing thing. It's not who I am. It's not going to rule my life. Being adopted doesn't define me. It shouldn't define anybody. We're underneath all our passing feelings and passing thoughts, our true selves, our true spirit. We're unbreakable. We're unwoundable. Most of the world's got it wrong. Adoption doesn't break us, because it can't break us. We're unbreakable. That human spirit's unbreakable. So I went looking, and unfortunately, months went on to get the adoption file and do the searching and looking online, and I found, unfortunately, that she died. But what I found in the letters in the adoption file proved to me that her love for me was bigger than her selfish desire to keep me. She wanted the very best for me, and I've had a great life, apart from the time when I've been caught in that fog. So many people like me are scared of that rejection. Others, adoptees, are scared of that rejection, and they're looking for answers, and they're hoping for some happy reunion down the line. And here's the thing: that's all outsiders. There's a myth, isn't there? We're raised in this in a world where we'll be happy when. So we'll be happy when COVID is over. We'll be happy when we become a millionaire. We'll be happy when our kids pass their GCSEs. We'll be happy when we get that new promotion. We'll be happy when we find our birth parents. But feelings are an inside job. Our feelings come from us, not to us. The world works inside out. Our mood determines our day. Our day doesn't determine our mood. The weather doesn't determine my mood. This is my favorite one. With apparently there's such, and it gets me too. You know, there's such a thing as miserable weather. So the rain hits our heads, and the raindrop goes in. The raindrop trickles down our ear, goes into our ear canal, goes into our brain, somehow sends a message to our heart that the weather is making us as miserable, making us miserable, and that's just the myth that we're all brought up in. We're all brought up in that myth, and it isn't true. So if you're thinking about going to search for your birth parents, then you may be thinking it'll work out. You may be thinking it won't work out. And who knows? Who knows how it's going to work out? We are really, really bad, aren't we, as human beings, at figuring out the future. Look at what Boris has been doing. We're really terrible at forecasting what's going to happen in the future. We're really terrible about forecasting how we're going to feel about what happens in the future. So what do we know for sure? Well, what I know for sure is that our feelings come from our thoughts, and that's an inside job. So nothing in the outside world, despite it being a very compelling illusion, makes us feel anyway, ever. Our feelings only ever come from our thoughts. We have 70,000 thoughts a day, so we're not aware of all those thoughts. And thoughts come and go. You know, all this stuff about mindset. Well, it's when we are not our feelings. We are not our thoughts. We're something much deeper than that. You know, we are the only way to describe this is through metaphor. So we're the cloud. Sorry, I've got it wrong. We're the sky on which the clouds appear. And sometimes those clouds are little nice, light, fluffy cirrus clouds. Sometimes they're very high altostratus clouds. Sometimes they are big, black rain clouds, or ominous, at this time of year, dark snow clouds. That's what our thoughts are. Our thoughts are the clouds. We are the sky on which the thoughts appear. So and me too, yeah. But we keep on getting confused about that. We keep on missing the fact. We keep on poking around in the clouds rather than realizing that we're the sky. So I don't know what else I can say. Your feelings are an inside job. Your feelings are an inside job, and your feelings are coming from your thoughts. Whether you're adopted, whether you're not adopted, whether you're adopted parents, whether you're a parent, you've had your feelings come from your thoughts. And don't do what I sometimes do. Get so caught up in our thoughts. I get so caught up in my thoughts that I forget that they aren't me, because they aren't us. You know, how can they be us? We're born. We're not born with anything on our mind, are we? Maybe we want some food. Maybe we're feeling tired. Maybe we want a nap. But we're not born with anything on our mind. We're not born worried about ourselves, worried about what people will think of us when we fill our nappies. So how can something that we are born without, our thoughts, be us? They can't be. They're not our thoughts. We go through life and we pick up thoughts from other people, like the idea that feelings come from the outside world, and that there's such a thing as miserable weather, and that adoption wounds us. So this isn't the truth. So guys, have a great day. See you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.